According to UNESCO World Atlas of Languages, about 8,324 languages spoken or signed have been documented in the world by different organizations and different communities. Out of the 8,324 languages, around 7,000 languages are still in use, while the rest may have died or disappeared. Out of the about 7,000 in use, many are also on their way to dying. And do you know which languages that are dying faster? The indigenous languages, both signed and spoken. Our local languages, our mother tongues, those are the ones dying faster. This is one of the things that linguists are concerned about. I'm sure you know who linguists are. Those who crack their brains, their heads with language matters. For the purposes of this discussion today, our focus is on the indigenous sign languages. The reason is, while UNESCO, in collaboration with several other entities, is launching a 10-year campaign to save the dying indigenous spoken languages across the world and put them back into shape, we want to remind the world that sign languages need saving too. We want to remind the world that our indigenous signing systems and the cultures that they convey are in dire need of saving. We want to remind the world that indigenous sign languages contribute and constitute a valuable legacy for humans because of their roles and relevance in language diversity and multilingualism. Last week we talked about language as a God-given gift to every people and every community, to the extent that language communities are identified by the language they speak and how they speak those languages. Do you know that sign languages are a component of a people's linguistic heritage, and that across communities, sign language use, we are not restricted to the deaf people alone. Rather, as we have often emphasized in this channel, both the deaf and hearing used sign communications at varying fluency level in some communities. They say information is power. Information and knowledge contribute to wealth and wealth creation, especially in today's world. Language, whether spoken or signed or written or expressed in any other form, is the only way we transmit information and knowledge. The transmission of information and knowledge is not complete or inclusive if it cannot take place in the different languages, socio-cultural practices, and experiences. On the other hand, if a language is not capable of accommodating diverse new information and knowledge, that language will be left behind, while others forge ahead to the world's stage. This is what is going on with our indigenous sign languages. Let me ask you, how many indigenous sign languages do you know their names? Maybe none. I challenge you today. Find out the name of an indigenous sign language in your local community. That's a bet. Come back next week and tell us what, by writing us or by putting a chat on this video. Okay, linguistic diversity supports the fact that every community where deaf people were found, they communicated in their native languages. And those sign languages were relatively used by both deaf and hearing people in the community. Children that were deaf would grow up with an immediate access to the language content. Whether they will go to school to learn a different language is immaterial. Linguistic diversity supports early literacy for the deaf children, which in turn supports adequate cognitive development, which is one of the themes we talk about here. And we have stressed this so much that our audience is supposed to know what we are really concerned about. We have more to say about linguistic diversity and multilingualism in this channel, but we will keep the conversation open as we go on. As you follow us in this channel, do not forget to download and subscribe our iHands sign up to learn more about what we have done over these years. We will be here next week and we will come with a new topic. Until then, stay safe. Bye.